You? What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Feeling Saucy with DeAndre.
What's up? Yes, we are here. We are back, baby. We are on episode 8.
Yep.
This is episode 8? No, this is episode 9.
That's right, because the Christmas is up.
Yes. Oh.
You heard nothing. What's good? How you doing?
Dude, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yes, we're doing good. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Feeling Saucy with DeAndre and Tyrone. Bro, feeling good. This week has been chill. Been working a bunch. I've been outside damn near every day. Yeah.
You getting that vitamin D? It's a joke. It's awesome.
You know, that could go many places, right?
Okay, look. I didn't take it the way you want. That's not the way I
It's all good. It's all fun.
It's a Pacific Northwest, so it's very cloudy. So
Yes.
ain't no sunshine going on around here.
Yes.
Yep.
But I've been having fun. Let's say that. I've been working, and outside of work, I got to spend this weekend with some friends and, you know, make some memories. And
Oh, nice.
I had a martini for the first time, a dirty martini, and it was salty as hell. But, I mean, I felt cool, you know, sipping a little dirty martini and swinging it around, you know, doing my thing.
Would you order it again?
No.
No.
Hell no. That shit was way too salty.
What's your go-to drink?
My go-to? Oh, that's a good question. It really depends on the day.
Mhm.
Like I like a Hennessy lemon drop. I like recently my boy Gregory's got me into the whiskey cokes.
Okay.
Like Jameson and Coke. I've been liking those with a lime squeeze on top. I love tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my big go-to. I love a spicy anything. So like mezcal with grapefruit. Do you like mezcal?
I don't know if I've had it, to be honest with you.
Okay, so it's a smoky tequila.
Okay.
It's a smoky tequila, and it's spicy. Most people don't like it because it's like you can taste the smoke in the drink.
I might like that because I kind of like spicy drinks and like yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I like anything spicy. I'm in love with. You know, I love a jalapeno margarita.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why I say that.
With a tahini rim, yes. So spice me up. What about you? What's your go-to drink?
I'm gonna say an old fashioned.
Okay, simple, classic.
Yeah, something simple, classic. I do like the jalapeno margarita too, but an old fashioned you can't. I just enjoy the sip, you know.
Yes. Well, you guys, I'm excited about episode 9 because this one, we put some thought into it, and we are just about this close wrapping up season 1. So if you guys been watching us and staying tuned week after week, we thank you, we love you, and let's get into it. Tonight's topic, we're talking about the man behind the camera. That's right. We're discussing us two brothers and who we are and what we do outside of what we do here. Feeling Saucy. So we queued up some questions for each other that we're going to ask each other, and we're going to take turns. And yeah, we're going to just get right into it.
How about you start?
Let me start. Okay. Well, I left my phone over there, so I'm going to get my phone.
You better go and get it.
I know. I thought I was prepared, y'all. But yes. All right. Let's get into this. So, brother, I got a few questions for you. Question 1. Is outside of being a property manager, a student, a volunteer, and an entrepreneur, what else do you do or want to do next? Who is the man behind the camera?
I'm over here thinking of some Michael Jackson when you say behind the camera.
Yeah. I'm talking about the man in the mirror. That one?
Yep.
Yes.
Outside of basically my grind, what do I want to do? That's right? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, the question is, what else do you do?
What else do I do?
Outside of the things I listed, property manager, student, volunteer, entrepreneur, what else do you do or want to do next?
Honestly, when I'm not doing any of that, I like to kind of chill and relax because I'm doing so much at one time. So I mean, that's my free time. Honestly, that's when I like to try and spend time with people who I care about.
Mm-hmm.
I also like to kind of just think about goals, things I want to achieve with everything else I'm doing. I like to go to the gym. Don't let these little arms fool you right now. I was a lot bigger. It's crazy. I'm about to get back into the gym grind. I I lost like 20 pounds from where I was when I was consistently going to the gym. So I'm about to start back from ground zero. But I did it one time. I can do it again.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
I like the gym. I haven't gone hiking. I do like to hike.
Me too.
I find it really peaceful and kind of really engaging. And then, yeah, spending time with people who I care about. Gym, hiking. I play little video games. Get down on some PC or some PlayStation. I like to play 2K, college football.
Yeah.
Sometimes, feel like shooting, so get on those shooters on there. But yeah, sometimes the emotions is there, and you got to release it. You got to release it in the right way.
Better on the video game.
Yep, exactly.
Than on any second.
Yep. Hey, that's right down the street from me too. So.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's really what I enjoy doing. So between all of that takes up all of my time right there. But
okay. So you're a simple man outside of this,
Yeah. Sip on sip. We already discussed that in the start of this podcast. Sip with it too.
You sip a little bit here and there, a little whiskey.
I don't like to get drunk, but feeling yourself just a little bit.
Yeah, feel a little saucy.
Yeah,
exactly. A little hair on the chest.
Oh, there you go. Hair on the chest.
Hair on the chest. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's my question.
All right, my next. Let's see. I'm feeling good today.
Me too. Feeling great. After a good shower, I feel like that's when my day starts. After I wash my face, brush my teeth, take a shower, that's when the day starts for me.
I know. I did that right before I came to you. I showered, cleaned. I was vibing to some like NWA, some Tupac.
Okay.
Some, Ice Cube, Eazy-E. I was on a nice little vibe.
You was back in Cali.
Yeah,
you was back.
I really was.
You went all the way back.
All right. My question for you is, so if you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? What would you do with it?
I love that question because I put a lot of thought into it, and I've been manifesting that happens to me. Bring me the money, honey. But honestly, real talk, if I got that much money, just like, boom, Ty, you have this money, it's yours, I would sit on it.
Okay.
I would sit on it, and I would pray. I mean, I think I would take a very minimal, 10,000, and I'd put it in my checking account, and I would just pay all my little tiny debts, and just kind of just make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to live off my paycheck. I can just have that 10,000 just that I can touch, and take care of little things, But I think really I would sit on it for a few months, preferably 3 to 6 months. I would just sit on it. I would lock it in the bank somewhere and just hey, I cannot touch this unless it is a life or death situation and it's needed. But I would just sit on it because when you get that much money, that's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they get that money and they're like, oh my God, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that, I could do all these things. And then next thing you know, the money's gone. And all the things that they really wanted to do, or that they dreamed to do, or that they could do now, it's those good opportunities, they weren't really they don't always get fulfilled. And I want to, if I get that much money, I have the heart of gold. I like to bless people. So I would oh, you get a car, you get a house, you get this, you get that. And I'm gonna live great. I'm gonna be in Thailand, I'm gonna be in wherever, in Africa, best believe. I'm gonna be fly and looking good and feeling good, and I'm driving good. I'm definitely buying a Bentley, all the things, But it's I really want to make sure when the money is spent with what's the word I'm looking for? Good intention. I guess
Okay.
is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm going to buy a house, something I want to live in,
Mhm.
you know, for multiple years, you know, like the home that is comfortable for me, that's comfortable for the family I want, you know, like comfortable for my garage space for to park my 3 cars that I want, you know, like little things, you know.
Yeah.
I want so and you know, it's always good to own property, you know. So I would love to buy a home.
True.
Also, would like to buy land. I don't know
Well,
where I would buy the land. I've had a dream of buying land in Texas, so I probably would invest in like what that looks like in Texas and buy land there,
mhm.
just because I own it.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to do something on it, pay me. So it's keeping generational wealth, you know, in the family.
That's
And
so important.
it's so
Generational
important.
wealth.
Generational wealth, you know, because like when God takes me home, I want to make sure my people are taken care of and they can still eat.
And I think that's what happens a lot in families, and why you see the same families getting ahead so much is
Mm-hmm.
because one generation of people are creating that generational wealth. And so then when they pass it on, it's passing on to the next generation, and they're starting to build on that.
Yeah.
And then it's just repeating generation after generation after generation. Whereas some families, they'll build the wealth, but they don't pass it on. So then the next generation has to restart. So then at that point, it's just a never ending restarting cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So generational wealth, I think, is very important. And I agree.
Yeah.
It's very important to.
And another thing, I would put it into mutual funds. I would put it into a life insurance package. I would definitely I would build a trust. Probably the first thing I would do, honestly, is build a trust. Because like once you have a trust, like that's the safest thing you can have, you know. Um,
Smart.
yeah, oh,
Well,
yeah.
I like
I
that.
put a lot of thought into it. But I'm like, you know, like if God really did bless me with something like that, I would hate to slap him in the face and be broke again.
Because you have to take a different perspective when you're going into money like that.
Yeah.
Because we're not used to having money like
not
that.
used to having money
So
like
we
that.
can't take our current mindset into that. We have to think outside the box and think
Yeah.
it from a different angle.
Yeah, you know, like everyone thinks they're glamorous, and, and I'm best believe I'm gonna have a glamorous life, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to make sure I set myself up, I set my family up, and I set my funeral up because everyone knows when I die, y'all come wearing white. If you wear black, you sit in the back. Okay, that's the rules. So I want to make sure all those things are in the trust,
Mm-hmm.
all my wants and desires, and you know. Life goes on, and the generation behind me goes on. So I'm gonna stop talking now.
No, that's a good answer. I like
Is that a good answer?
that. Was.
Thanks, brother. Put a lot of thought into that.
I could tell.
So I have another question for you. What's a hidden talent you have that most people don't know?
A hidden talent that I have.
Y'all, so he was not prepared. We were not prepared for none of these questions. And we did that intentionally so we could be fresh on the spot. So yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm like, man,
Yeah.
a hidden talent.
Uh,
Okay. I would say that's not really a talent. That's just okay. Two things come to my mind.
I know one of them.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Sure about that?
I think I do.
One of them is I know how to do the worm. Like when you dance, I can get like 3 feet off the ground. Yeah. Don't let me. Yep. I really
The
can.
word.
Yep. I really. You'll see DeAndre just. That's backwards, but I can do it forward. I can't do it backwards. I can do it forward though. But you know.
Okay.
The other talent, I can juggle.
You can juggle.
Yeah.
Oh, like the. Oh.
You doing the worm while juggling? No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Let's move this table.
Let's
We
move-
just don't just.
No.
We're gonna have performing arts today on episode 9. What?
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so you know what I was thinking?
Huh.
I think you know what I was thinking.
You have to say it.
You don't know, brother. Okay, so when the second time we kicked it, we went to the food carts. We was in the car, and we both shared what with each other. This is crazy. But it has been, what, 10 weeks? So I'll give you a little grace. We shared our SoundCloud with each other. This man's a rapper,
Oh yeah,
and I'm a singer.
I haven't told anybody that. That's probably why I didn't think of it.
That's the first thing I thought of when I made that question. I was like, oh, he's gonna like.
I'm not a rapper. I made one song. I like to write. I like to write poetry.
Yeah.
I've been writing poetry since like I was like 12, 13 years old.
Oh, nice. That's when I started writing too, when I was 12.
Yeah. Okay. All right, okay. I forgot I told you that. I'm telling you, I don't talk about that.
It's a hidden talent.
That is true.
Because there was some talent in that. You know, I was like, okay, bro, I hear you. I hear you. But that's cool.
Yeah. There's a couple of different talents.
What's my question?
Question for you is, what do you think is the most important thing you learned about yourself in 2024?
Damn. That's a loaded one. The most important thing that I learned about myself in 2024. It's funny because like there's a spicy answer in my head.
Say it.
But it's spicy. It's not real. It is not. It's not the true answer to the question. It's
okay.
just me being spicy. There's a spicy answer in my head. But that's a good thought, brother. Let me think for a second.
You're good.
I got it. This year, I think the biggest thing I learned about myself is that I need to give myself grace, and I think that that is something that I know have done before, but it wasn't a part of my routine and a part of my practice. Um, so this year, it was. I realized that there were some moments in my life where I was just very hard on myself and very strict on myself, and I wasn't giving myself grace, you know, and just patting myself on the back for the small wins in my life, you know. And so I would look at all the things that like I want to do and all the things that I've done and whatever, whatnot, and just kind of just beat myself up about it, you know. And so this year I started practicing grace, and it's because of that gratitude journal, y'all. I told y'all about this from episode 1. That gratitude journal, having something every day to write about and say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. You know, it just takes the mind off of all the things in life that could be bad, and it reminds you that there's still good happening. You know, even the worst bad day, there's still something good that happened that day. You know, so when it forces you to focus on that, and when you focus on that, it starts to change the inside of you. And so I think learning to give myself grace, and then give others grace too. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned this year that I'm taking into 2025.
Good. That's good.
Thanks. I'm going to turn the light off because that was good. So for you, my brother, what or who inspires you?
Who inspires me? I don't think I really have an exact person that inspires me, really.
So I don't inspire you? I'm sorry, I had to.
You're good.
I saw the opportunity.
I like to take multiple. I like to take different like situations in life and just different things I've seen throughout my life and just use different perspectives to inspire me. Let me put that in a little bit more detail. There's a lot of people who I like that I follow. So like, I respect my adopted dad, my Green family, and then I have respect for people from history, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and then I also take what I've gone through in my personal journey, and then I also feed off of people I have in my circle who have been there through everything, and I kind of look at everything as a big picture, and I use that as an inspiration of where I was, because there's different parts. I also music inspires me a lot too.
I agree with that.
It always fills my cup, so that's why I'm kind of a little bit more, upbeat today, because I was vibing to some music I vibe to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the music I listen to also is like real life. It's not just talking about women, money, things like it's talking about. I mean, obviously some of it is going to
Mm-hmm.
be in there, but it's about like real life stuff that happens and like journeys and experiences and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, because what happens is I feel like when something happens um, in a certain situation, it can ruin your mood or it can bring you down, but you gotta realize that's you're not the only person that's gone through something like that,
Mm-hmm.
something that's dealt with that. And then also I like to look back at where I came from and who I've become today and in the direction I'm also going. So I like to normalize it from like people that I look to and people are in my life or people who've experienced things like that through music. And it helps not normalize it, but it helps you like come from a different angle and perspective. So I use all that as inspiration. And then people like Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, they all inspire me just to do more for just Black culture, Black
Mm-hmm.
community, because I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like we hurt each other. We're our biggest enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we really are. So I want to set the example. And I mean, I get all the time, you're light skinned, you're white, or oh, you're not
Black.
you're not black. So you
Yeah.
know, but ultimately, I look at myself that I'm black. I am who I say I am, and then I've always been looked at and treated like I'm black. So you know, who cares if I'm not super dark skinned?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother's mixed just like I am, and his skin is white. You're gonna tell him he's straight white? He's not.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to stand and just provide more for our community.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about it. But I just want to go do it. So that's why I'm doing a lot of things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I really believe in generational wealth
Yeah.
and things like that. And that's why I do a lot of quotes. That's also why I like to write, because sometimes I'll share poetry, you know, all that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's my inspiration. That's all my inspiration right there.
Yeah. I want to stay on that topic right there for a second because thank you for answering that. That was really good.
Uh-huh.
That was inspiring to hear.
Oh, thank you.
You inspired me a little bit. No, seriously, like, because I mean, I do talk about wanting to give back and do more for the Black community in Portland, organizations I've came from. I've had a lot of organizations that I worked with that my grandmother put me in when I was younger. So you know, I do have in my heart to at some point, you know, take all of this that I am now and give back and provide the space for coaching, you know, just whatever opportunity I can put my hands on, I would love to do that because that's what we're created to do, created to give. You receive and then you give. So I feel you on that, but also like back to the blackness part, like I felt that too growing up. Like there's so many people that's like, oh, like you talk proper, so you're not.
Yep,
You
that's another one right there.
It's like I'm not black enough now. You know what I'm saying? But look at me, I am fully chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So like, everyone has different angles to who they are, but don't decharacterize me because I don't fit the category that you like to call yourself. I'm still me, and we are still black.
And
At the end of the day,
what I've learned is I think the world hates or doesn't like an educated black man,
why
because I mean, don't you see pulling you down, pushing you down?
oppression?
Yeah, talking negative to you.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen to somebody who's like grew up in not. I don't know. Okay, that's the
no.
wrong way
And
to
when I
phrase
said
it.
why, I wasn't asking necessarily you that question.
Yeah,
I was just asking the question why. I think that's something we all should think about and ask ourselves: are we adding to the problem, or are we adding to the solution? Because that is a true statement.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't want to cut
we're
you off.
about
I just wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't asking you specifically that
No,
question.
okay,
That was a
okay.
general question for us all to think. Open your eyes and say, hey, why? And am I a part of the problem or the solution? And then go about your life.
But to also add to your thought about giving back to community employment, there's so many organizations that I ran into because I really like to network with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I make a lot of communication and I get a lot of business cards from people and things
Yeah.
like that. And I've met quite a different organizations in the area. Like there's an organization who brings young African American kids, Black kids, into their community, and they help provide and raise money to allow them to go off to pay for their schooling. And they're more like from families that can't afford like much food or can't
Mhm.
afford, so they give back to them. They teach them how to read, teach them how to write, and all kinds of things like that. So there is a lot of opportunity. That's some of the volunteer stuff that I volunteer for is
Mhm.
a lot of stuff like that. But it's
Can you name a couple of those organizations? If
yeah,
you
um,
it's okay. We can always come back to that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. I just was thinking like, because in my mind, like I know there's SEI Academy. I was a student through their, middle school academy, um, and there's also the Boys and Girls Club, YMCA,
There's youth PDX.
Youth PDX. Um,
You know about youth PDX?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know about you.
volunteered with them for a little bit.
Okay, okay,
Um,
yes.
I volunteered for
Oh, POIC, Rosemary High School. That's an alternative high school, but they do a lot of different things in the community too. I'm just throwing that out there. So if people are watching and you're wanting to know what opportunities are out there, here's some.
yeah. There's one that's it's not exactly run like just it's just it's they just Pacific. I don't want to butcher it. They just changed it because
Ooh.
it was Pacific Refugee.
Yeah. Is it like Urban League? Oh no, that's different. I think that's I forget what that
Because it,
organization's for.
it
But yeah, I know it helps the refugees that come here, and it like gets
yeah
them like going and stuff like that.
yeah. So I ran
Yeah.
as a I volunteered as a marketing director for one of their projects,
Okay.
and then we were bringing kids from a neighborhood to come together and get to know each other. Because nowadays everyone's so like focused and doing their own thing, and there's no more like communication. There's no more like people like saying hi to your neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. You guys live on the same street, but you don't want to talk or anything. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
that's your community, whether you like it or not. So we brought the whole community neighborhood together, and we had games for the kids. We had like snow cones that were like freshly made and
Mm.
all kinds of things. And so just doing like that, we they also what they do is so people who move to the U.S. for the first time and are trying to get the ground going, they help provide resources and they kind of teach them like where to look for like toiletry and just the normal day in day out stuff that you need in order to live.
Mm-hmm.
And so there'll be times where I'm sitting right next to one of the directors of the company, and she's just texting somebody. She's like, "Oh, sorry." She's like, "I'm just kind of helping her to go buy some toilet paper," and I was like, "Don't apologize. You're good." But there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of opportunity.
There is it, and it's so good because I feel like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
just giving back, and that's honestly where it starts. That's why I don't really talk about what I wanted. I just go volunteer. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the people in my circle know, and I talk to them about it, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to go on social media or I don't like to blast it until after I do it. After I do the project,
Mm-hmm.
I like to then go on social
Highlight it.
media and highlight it so
Yeah,
that way
that's
other people
different.
can see it. But when I'm planning on doing it, I don't like to. Everyone talks, but like I said, where's your walk?
We should have named that the episode. Where's your walk? Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Hey. I love
Yeah.
that, brother. That's really good. And that's the man behind the camera.
Hey, you get me. You get the same. This is me
Yeah.
behind the camera, in front of the camera. I'm gonna be the same person. Some
Right.
days I'm feeling more motivated than other days, but I'm still. This is
Mm-hmm.
who I am.
Yeah. Well, is it my turn now? I think it is, huh?
Yeah, I think
Is it my
so.
turn? I asked you what inspired you, right? Was that the last question? Oh, it was. So it's your turn.
We're here. Look, conversation's good.
It was. That was a juicy conversation. It was
It
real
was.
good. And it blended into other things and then got
Wait, I
here.
think it is because I asked you, what have you learned into?
Oh, you did. Right.
Most
So it's my turn. Okay. Sweet. Ooh. How do you have fun? And do you go out or are you an in the house kind of person?
How do I have fun? Man, okay. Well, I don't really go out a whole lot.
Okay.
I go out occasionally from time to time, but I like to kind of be in my own home
Mm.
and enjoy myself there. I like to. I do go out too. So okay, I'm just gonna answer the question. I like to go bowling.
Oh
Bowling is fun.
yes.
Pool. We played pool a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get down on some Connect Four. You know about that one too. That's my game right there.
Ooh, that game.
What else? I like to play a lot of board games. Monopoly. I really
Yeah.
get down on some Monopoly. I like to play Uno. I like to play dominoes. Uh, I like to have a couple of drinks, relax, hang out with people I care about. I like to smoke to relax. That's right. The games. Yeah, honestly, I enjoy road trips. That's fun. Like when I love just going onto the road and just going for a long drive. I find so much so much enjoyment in that. So sometimes I like to just go on drives and I'll just be like, I don't know where I'm driving, but I'm just gonna drive and just let the drive just take me.
Yeah.
Or there's one time where I drove the whole coast so I went straight from Portland and I went straight to the Oregon coastline, directly west, regardless of where I ended up or what town I ended up, just straight west. And then I went whatever was remaining on the Oregon coastline, and then I drove the whole Washington coastline, and then I drove back home.
Wow.
And it was just me, but I did that to just enjoy being out and then just enjoying the drive, and I had no plans of what I was gonna do, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. If I want to stop, I'm just gonna stop. I like being spontaneous like that. I don't really like to go out a whole lot, just because in the past when I've gone out, like in my early 20s, in like mid 20s, there's a lot of people who like to act like they're super macho and alcohol takes effect and then drama starts, and I'm just not. I don't want to be a part of the drama. Like, we're all adults. Let's just enjoy ourselves.
We're all God's children.
But I just don't like to go out because I don't like the drama. I don't like to be a part of the drama.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be a part of it if I have to, but I prefer not to. So I'd rather. Plus, I spend so much money for where I live, where most of my money is going. So why don't I enjoy being safe in my own home? And then just have people come over that I care about and have it just be a safe space, and people can just let loose during that. Shoot, I'll get some drinks, let loose.
Yeah.
But I like to do that in more comfort, more smaller settings.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I like to do for fun.
That's cool. And I resonate with what you said. I like the whole going out thing. Like, there's certain places I just won't go to because it's just toxic energy, in the room, and then there's some like what I've been doing for a while is like I love going to a cocktail lounge. Like, take me to a nice rooftop or just a nice cocktail lounge where I can sit down, with my people and just connect and have a good craft cocktail. Because like if I'm gonna go out and spend money on a drink, like I like to enjoy a good cocktail. I mean, every now and then we'll go to the dive bars and we'll do the things, play pool, and have the fun that we have. But like, preferably, if I'm really like intentionally going to go out, I want to go to a cocktail lounge. Like, please take me to a cocktail lounge. If I'm gonna get any beverage, I want it to be a good beverage, something delicious. Like one of my favorite spots, I like to go to Ron Tom's, and I get the OK cucumber, and it's just like I've only found that drink there, and I love it.
What's the OK cucumber?
It's gin. It has egg white in the cocktail, and I think they put. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I have no clue, but it's good, and it's just something I enjoy. So yeah, I feel you on that.
I've been to a rooftop one time.
Really?
Yeah, it was when I was living in San Diego.
Wow.
That's the only time I've ever been.
You haven't been to any Portland rooftops?
I've never been to a Portland rooftop.
Oh snap! Okay, so when we wrap up this season. We're going to come back with season 2. This brother's going to go to all the rooftops that I know. Okay? That's happening. We'll do a full day of just rooftops. We'll have brunch, and then we'll have lunch, and we'll have dinner, and we'll have drinks all in between.
We were talking about doing the whole
staycation down there? Yeah.
I haven't really experienced, like I was told, Ty, I haven't really experienced downtown Portland and done all that. I've kind of just stayed in the area I live in.
But yeah. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this guy outside.
As you can tell, I don't go out a whole lot, just from my previous answer. So
That's not a bad thing, you know. That's a good thing, you know. But I mean, it's just nice to know, you know.
yeah.
So like, you know, when opportunities come up, or you know, someone says, "Hey, you want to do something fun?" or "Where should we go?" Like you can say, "Oh, you know, I've been to this place," you know.
That's
So.
what I want. So I'm trying to go out a little bit more than
Hmm.
I do, just so I can do that. Because I have friends and family that want to come up here and visit, and they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do when we go up there?" And I'm like,
Text time.
"Hold on, before I answer your text, let me do some research really quick."
Dude, just text me. I'm on the spot. I know spots like off the top of my mind. So I got you.
I appreciate. I'm gonna leverage you.
Yeah, please do. A lot of people do.
Yeah. Let me see what I got for you.
I really like this. This is fun.
It is.
Yeah.
I like that we're enjoying ourselves. It's casual. We're
Mhm.
getting good, solid messages, but we're also just being more vulnerable about our personal life. I feel like
Yeah.
that's also.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
being like too open to where it's just strictly about us, but we're also adding like lessons and stuff like that that everyone can apply in their own specific way.
Mhm.
Um, all right, this one is it's like a 2-in-1 question.
Ooh, okay.
So, from your experience, what's the most important strength or personality trait someone needs to have to be successful? Also, what is the most important strength you believe that you currently need to move forward to be successful?
Ooh. I got to start with the first one and then lead into the second one.
All right.
Because I have two different thoughts for both. So the first one, you said, what is the most important strength that I believe that someone needs to have in order to be successful?
Yeah,
Right?
or at least just start on that journey to move, like actually walking, not talking. Like, yeah.
Mm, it's more than one answer.
Okay, say it.
I think that you need to have a plan. I think you need to have a plan of like, okay, this is what it takes to get to where I want to go. So then, step one, what is that? What is that? And what do I need to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Step two, what is that? What do I need to do? Step three, what is that? And what do I need to do? That way, you have the plan and you have the steps, and now you can just, all you got to do now is just do it. And then the end result is the end result, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to have a plan. I think also you got to have, I learned about this in my old job. You know, it's like there's a talker, there's a supporter, there's a doer, and there's a controller. In some moments in life, you have to be the doer
Mm-hmm.
and you have to do the things. So you have to transition from being a talker, supporter, controller to just being a doer. And so, like, having a plan is important, doing it, working your plan. Um, so many, bro. Like, I could just go on and on and on. I don't know what the most successful one would be. I think, you know, in all things, I think honesty is, you know, number one. And I said this multiple times on the podcast. Like, I think, you know, being honest about whatever it is, that's step one. It's like, okay, we lie to ourselves a lot. We tell ourselves we can't do this, or we doubt ourselves, you know. So it's like, have faith and say, I can do this. I can do this, and be honest with yourself. You know, if you can do it. You know, if you ain't got two legs, then bro, you can't swim. Okay, so stop trying to jump in the water. It's like you can't, you know, but if you got two legs and you want to run a marathon, you can. So stop telling yourself I can't do it. You can do it. And so you gotta be honest with yourself, remove that self-doubt, and lead into um, work your plan. Make a plan and work it. You know, I wrote many things down, you know, and journals and on my vision board, you know, and here I am right now sitting here looking pretty, working my plan. So it can happen for you, you know, but you got to be honest about what it is, what the steps it takes, do it, and I think you'll find success.
That's what I like to. I like that answer, and also I think I always like to tell myself is you're your biggest critic.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah, people outside from the outside are going to tell you you can and can't do nothing, can't do something, but if you end up not doing it, then that just means that you believe what they were telling you. So really, it's not them telling you, but you're also believing what they say. So it is true.
Yeah.
People say don't believe the lies, but if you believe it, then it's the truth. You're defining it of who you are as a person. You're allowing it to dictate what you're going to move forward. So well, I feel like as long as you remember you're your biggest critic, sky is the limit.
Yeah. And I always say this. I love this. Someone said this. They said it's enough stars in the sky for us all to shine. And I love that because it has canceled the thought that like anything I'm going into, yeah, there's other people that have gone into this too, and they're probably doing it better than me. So there's no way me coming into this, I can thrive or succeed or shine, you know, but
Yeah.
I can't. You know why? Because there's enough stars in the sky. There's enough space for all of our stars to shine. And like in anything I do, I just trust that like it's gonna work because it's me. It's me. I'm one of one. I'm just me. You know, and so like it has to work because it's me. And so
Yeah, it's real. Though.
I that's how I think about myself, you know, and I say that because I want you guys to maybe take that, you know, maybe that's something that will help you in your whatever it is that you want to do or think about or doubt, you know, maybe that can help you and give you some courage and some love and light, you know, because we're one of one, and you know, anything that you want to do, you can do, and it will work because it's you. So,
and the only reason why it wouldn't work is because of you.
Is because of you. So,
heck yeah.
Good. Ooh,
I
like that.
I like it. You know, we're feeling saucy.
I
is
am
what we're feeling right now.
So, what's that other part to the question? Did I answer it?
So you answered the first. So the second part of the question is, what do you think is the most important trait you personally need to have right now in order to move forward to the next part of your journey to be successful?
Me personally?
Yeah. Where you're currently at right now.
Give me all my dirty laundry today. Well, I tell you what, I need to stop being lazy. I was just talking about this the other day, even today, like I mentioned it, like I'm not where I want to be physically because I don't want to work out. But when I do work out, I love it. I feel good. Like I'm excited. I'm like, yes, I'm doing the things that it takes to feel good, to have that, you know, to reach my goals, you know, and to have a better mental health, you know, because like working out for me, it's like mental health. It helps me, you know, I have more strength in my mind, you know, after working out, and I have more confidence in myself, you know, over time, you know, and seeing the results of working out. But every day I wake up, I don't want to do it. So I think for me, I need to take on the responsibility and accountability of actually doing it. And I know this, but I just haven't done that yet. And then I'm like, well, I've done all these great things this week, so I'm F that one, you know? But like,
you're normalizing the reason. You're giving your reason not to do it.
I'm giving myself grace. Like, yeah, boy, it's okay. You don't have to do it. You don't feel like it. And, you know, that's normally the time when you should do it, is when you don't feel like it. And so
we all go through it.
Take accountability. I'm lazy, y'all. I don't want to work out. But also, like, I've, you know, talked to you about this before too. Like, I am very, out of all the things in this world, I'm most insecure in the gym. You know, so there's also that too. You know, like if I'm going with someone, then I have like a safety net. Like I got a buddy, I got a friend, you know, a homegirl, whatever. But like if I'm by myself, I'm typically in my head.
Yeah.
And that's hard to get out of. You know, I have to literally like fight that every single time. And it just.
But I think it's an inspiration if you go, even if you don't know what you're doing, the fact that you're going to the gym, think about how many people don't go to the gym. So the fact that even though you're walking, stepping into the gym, not knowing what you're doing, you're still there. You're still doing something. As long as you're working out, you're still doing something. It's different from going to the gym. Like I've seen people going to the gym, sit on the lobby couch and just stay on their phone.
Really?
Yeah. But people who I see like going to the gym and working out, they're pretty motivated. I've seen people like overweight, super underweight, all kinds of just different
Yeah.
bodies walking around, but everyone's working out, and it's literally people. I think people get into their head a lot
Mm-hmm.
of how they look from the outside, but I think a lot of people don't realize that it's actually pretty motivating. You working out could motivate somebody else who just got into the gym because they see you doing something that they haven't done. Like that's happened to me. Like when I first started going to the gym, I didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to really go with anybody personally. I went with somebody for the first few times, but I really wanted to go by myself because I didn't want to rely on waiting for that person to go or be ready when my schedule. We're all adults. We all have our schedule going on, so it's nice from time to time. But what I started doing is I started with machines, and I just took the machines, and I'd go over to the machine because they have a little diagram there. I look at the diagram, start with a super lightweight, just make sure I'm imitating the proper diagram, and start from super. I don't care. I'll put 5 pounds on that and start doing it. As long as I'm going to gain more muscle doing 5 pounds than I am somebody else is doing 100 pounds, the same thing. That's just going off of momentum rather than actual muscle itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I also watched a lot of YouTube videos. You also have to be careful who you watch on YouTube with their posture and things like that. But that's more just kind of getting a general idea
Mm-hmm.
of how the machine works. I watched a lot of people who were doing like CrossFit and stuff like that. And then a brother of mine, him and I have been friends since I was like 12 years old. He's all about the gym, and so I picked his brain, and I was all like, "Hey, look, you actually got the muscle to show it. I don't want to be as bulky as you, but like, how do you do this workout?"
Mm-hmm.
And also finding someone that you can go and talk to that doesn't judge and you can be straightforward. Which really, all your friends in your circle shouldn't judge you if you're trying to do something.
Right.
If they do, then you got to question
Yeah.
that relationship. But yeah.
How did you get here?
How
How the hell did you get?
But you can do it. You can do
Yeah.
it. I believe in you. You can do it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
I think because we all deal with it, but it comes to a point where you can't allow your mind to determine your decisions. You have to take control of your thoughts
Yeah.
and then tell your thoughts what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But you can do it. Just know. I mean, like I said, I've lost 20 pounds from where I was when I was going to the gym consistently, and I've been going to the gym for a couple of years. So if you got questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Okay.
I'll go to the gym with you from time to time.
Okay.
We can work out together from time to time.
Okay.
So,
all right. I love that.
I got guest pass on my gym membership, so you don't even have to have a gym membership when you go. I mean, I would probably recommend for you to have a gym membership. Just so when you need to go,
gym membership.
Where do you go?
But
I already know.
Where do I pay?
You already said it. You first said the very. I already know.
I'll tell you where I pay. I can't tell you where I go. But I pay Planet Fitness a pretty penny each month. So yeah. And I do have the black membership. So like, if anyone wants to go with me, go with me.
Oh, we don't got to switch gym memberships. I go to 24, but I got 2 guest passes that I have, so I can take up to 2 people. I used to work at 24, so when I left, the owner just got to set himself straight moving forward. So I didn't do it. I had a friend of mine who I worked with, and let's just say I got a good deal.
Period.
But
thank you, 24.
Well,
that's awesome.
But yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I've never been to Planet, but
yeah, it's simple. Nothing fantastic, but it's good. It's $10 a month for people that are going solo and people that want to have that guest pass and access to all the other things that they have, like spa and stuff. Pay a little extra.
And the gym does help for people out there who are from our community that are trying to figure out to work through your emotions. If you don't know how to quite work through it, the gym is the great way. Like it really is. If you're going in there feeling like depressed or anything like that, you're definitely not going to feel motivated. Most of the time when you're going to the gym, you don't really feel motivated until you're more on a consistent schedule and you kind of got it going. But like if you're feeling down, go to the gym. It's going to be hard, but if you start lifting something, you start feeling good about yourself, and you're going to, everybody does this. Look in the mirror. I mean, I'm not the person to flex and like, no, don't do all that. I mean, don't let that. What am I flexing on? But even if I was big, I wouldn't want to do that. But it brings. I like to call it. They call it endorphins, but I like to call it your happy genes. Your happy genes are coming out.
Oh,
You know?
I like
That's the
that.
way I
Your
like to
happy
phrase it.
genes. Yeah.
And then when you're pissed off, go in the gym. Just don't use the momentum to lift the weights. That's all I say. You know. But going to the gym, releasing all that anger by just lifting. You know, maybe it'll be a power day where you're just lifting heavy weight. That'll let you drive off your pissed off emotions. So you can feed emotions no matter what you're feeling into the gym and come out feeling a lot better regardless. It's a good tool. Do it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And it's a healthy way.
It is.
It's very healthy.
Yeah. Well, in the words of being real and being dedicated to making positive improvements, I am going to get my butt back in the gym.
You're going to say
and I'm
ass.
saying this. I was going to say ass.
Come on,
I filtered
now.
myself. I'm sorry.
How many things are on social media that?
I know. I'm gonna get my black ass back in the gym. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, and by the time we are back here next Monday, I will have done this at least once or twice. I can commit to that. So
just think about it. Even just once.
Yeah.
One time, that's more than what you did this week, what you did last week. So that's still moving forward. You don't gotta. When I was first going to the gym, I put too much pressure on myself to where I was all like, okay, I need to start going to the gym. Okay, I'm going to go 5 days a week. That's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
You're just now getting into the gym. You can't do that. You got to start with maybe 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a week. Start with that and build off of that, and then add another day.
Right.
And then from there, so like just think about it. You're moving forward. Yeah, it's a little bit, but don't compare yourself to anybody else. The only person you should be comparing yourself is the person in the mirror. If you didn't go last week, but you came this week, you've already moved forward in a good direction just from going that one time. And then next week, compare yourself from the previous week when you did go that one time. Yeah, granted, you can go one more time again, but do a little something different.
Yeah. And don't forget to celebrate the win. Like those little wins, that's a win.
That's very important too.
That is a win. And we need to pause and look at, hey, today I did something I didn't do yesterday. So I'm one step ahead. Like don't forget to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Because like the question you asked me about, like what I've learned this year is like giving yourself grace. That's a part of that. It's like I started to like celebrate the ones. Like, you know what? I may not have what I want to have, but I have what I need to have, and I'm using what I need to have to get to where I need to go. So I'm going to celebrate the fact that I got a job and I got something that is allowing me to make money and help others and, build a dream. Yeah. So that's a win. And I'm just going to celebrate that, because it's so easy to get caught up on the things that you don't have and allow that negative feeling to just ruin your day, and if you're tired of feeling down, then here's another way to change that. So celebrate the win.
It's very important. I'm glad you added that in there.
Yeah. That's, as you were saying what you were saying, I thought about that. I was like, oh, we gotta touch that too, because it's so important. Those every day we win. When you wake up, that's a win. That right there. So, just celebrate those little things, and then as you celebrate those little things and you focus on those little things, you'll start to find more little things to celebrate. And
it's my turn for the light.
Well, friends, I think that's it. I think that's our hour mark.
We're getting close.
Are we getting
close? I think we both
Are
have one more question. We've only gone over 3 questions.
Really? I thought I asked my 4.
No, because I asked you my 3rd question.
I asked you my 4. My last question was, how do you like to have fun? Do you go out, or are you in your house kind of guy? But if you have a spontaneous question, go ahead, shoot.
I didn't ask you my last question.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, so you have 5 questions?
No, I have 4.
You have 4?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, what do you think is the biggest growth point when you reflect back on 2023 and 2024?
Biggest growth point. 20 from starting in 2023 to 2024.
Yeah, both years as a whole. Who you were starting
To who?
2023 to today, December of 2024.
My lord,
December 16th.
a lot
To be
has
exact.
happened. A lot has happened. Can you read that question just one more time, please? I just want to make sure when I answer it, I answer the question.
No, you can.
I'm not going off on like tangents, you know.
What do you think is the biggest growth point for you between the years of 2023 and 2024?
Growth point. Okay. There's a few.
It can be more than one.
Yeah, yeah. I think if I had to say the biggest one, it's not giving up.
Hmm.
Um,
Can you?
elaborate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more into context.
No, that's it. Boom.
There we go.
I didn't
Feeling
give up. I'm
saucy.
still here. That is a fact. I didn't give up, and I am still here. But I think like, okay, so we'll start with 2023. 2023, my check was up. Like I was feeling good. I was making a lot of money, and you know, I was Gucci.
Mhm.
I felt so safe. I felt so secure, and you know, I dealt with difficulty. You know, like in between those times with like some friendships and some relationships. But for the most part, like I felt like, okay, my money's good, so I'm good. And so I put all of my like faith and trust and stability and joy and just contentment into my financial life because my finances were good. Everything
Mhm.
was on autopay. And I still have one more to spend out of that. And, you know, other things to do, you know. Um, so then when I lost my job, and it was hard for me to find another job, and I went through a season of like, okay, like I can't afford the lifestyle that I had,
Mhm.
then like I I felt devastated and I hit a wall and I felt like, you know, everything was just like effed up at that point. Like I can't be friends with certain people anymore because I don't have the same financial status as them and I can't do the things that they can do. So that's that's fucked. And then like I can't, you know, I have to now take auto pay off of everything because I now have to like pay what I can and move dates. So like it was rough, you know, and like I had to move savings to checking all the time. Like I really hit a difficult spot. Like, and month after month, I'm just like, dear God, like help me get this rent paid, help me get this car note paid, help me get this car insurance paid, like help me, you know, all those things. And so so I had to fight through that.
Mhm.
And so leading into 2024, at the end of 2023, I picked up that pen and paper because I struggled for like eight eight months out of the year 2023 with just like finances and jobs. So, and that's where my faith was. That's where my everything lived in the financial
I'm
part.
so glad you said that because I was all like,
That's
yeah,
where it was. And so by
recognized
2023,
it.
at the end of the year, I was like, you know, I was invited out to celebrate the new year on New
Mhm.
Year's Eve with some friends, and you know, all the things: rooftop, pop champagne, you know, let's get lit, like all the things I do, all the things we've been doing. But something inside me was like, no, Ty, let's be a homebody today. Stay home and let's write in our journal what our plan, our goal is, our vision, whatever it is. Let's write it down. Let's manifest what we want for the new year. And so I did that. I wrote those things down and I stayed home. And it disappointed a few people. They're like, oh, you should come, you should come, you should come. I'm like, sorry, I'm gonna stand. So I did. I wrote all those things down and I prayed over it and then I went to work the next day.
Mhm.
By the January 2nd, um, I had to walk out on my job. And I was like, wow, well, this is definitely not the way I
Okay.
thought my prayer and manifestation was gonna go. I thought that was gonna just jump into the new year and we was just going woo, 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 woo.
But it was.
But that's again going back to put my faith in just the financial part.
Mhm.
And so when that didn't work out, now here I am back again. And now here I am door dashing all night long, trying to make money, trying to make these bills, these ends meet, and also trying to find a new job. And so now I'm like, okay, now I'm back in this fight again. It took me, I can't remember exactly what it was that it took, but it took me being sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I was just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then I started to ask myself, why am I so sick and tired? What am I sick and tired of?
Yeah.
And then that's when I start to peel the onion back and I start to see, like, oh, my faith, my trust, my identity has been evolved around my money.
Mm.
And I'm bigger than that. What the F? Like, what? Why am I treating myself as if I'm nothing because I don't have the money that I used to have?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life is not my money.
Yeah.
So that's my tool. So once I realized I was doing that, then that's when things start to change in my life. I started to really get back into my faith, get back into rebuilding myself, my my personal my personal growth,
Yeah.
my personal growth,
Mm-hmm.
doing the things that helps me, feel good, meditating in the morning, praying, speaking positive over myself, and just telling myself, I'm a multimillionaire. I am rich. Okay, everything I touch is rich. I'm a rich man.
Rick James.
Okay,
I'm Rick.
everything.
I'm rich.
I'm rich, bitch. I am. I'm very rich, bitch, and I'm always gonna be rich, bitch. I'm gonna die rich. That's who I am. Everything I touch is blessed. Everything I do is blessed. Everyone around me is blessed. My life is blessed,
Really?
and it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with the clothes I wear or the people around me. It has to do with the fact that God gave us the power to choose who we are and what we have and what we will do in this life. And I choose to just I choose the joy. I choose to walk in joy. I choose to look at the positive. I choose to look at the negative things, but find find the joy and the growth in everything. And so, yeah, that was to answer the question. That's what it was. That was the growth from 2023 to 2024. I think now, like, I'm still in a spot where I think in my career now, I look at the dollar amount. I'm like, I could make a lot more, but I also look at all the opportunities that I'm blessed with around me
Mm-hmm.
that will also be eggs that will fill it can become streams of income for me. So right now it's just like building on everything that I have and just using everything I got to win. But again, I'm not putting my faith in money. I'm putting my faith in myself.
And that's what. That's such a good answer. That was a great answer. Because when you were first talking, I was all like, he didn't know self-identity. His self-identity was money.
Yeah.
And that's where you start to struggle, is because you see yourself as just money when there's so much more to you than just money. Money is a tool. It's not who you are.
Exactly.
Money creates opportunities, but it's not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put yourself in money, then you don't know who you are.
You don't know
the
who you
fact
are.
that
Mm-hmm.
when you transition to 2024, and then you walked out on your job within a few days, I think that was the key right there to you realizing you needed to find your self-identity and who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then you built on that, and then 2024 you just rooted, and now you just got the solid roots in that ground of who you are, and now you can build on that. But I think it's so important because I think everybody goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of what you do once you realize it.
Mm-hmm.
I went through it too. Everyone does, but it was my words are gonna come out so much. There was so much more I wanted to say, but it was just.
I know you were just cheesing over here like a Chuck E. Cheese.
I know, because I was enjoying. I was like, yes, but
Yeah.
I think it's just so important to know and just. There's more I wanted to say, but I can't think of it. It was
That's all right.
towards the end when you were talking about being able to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
It was around that time frame where it came, but
Eggs in different baskets, other opportunities.
before that, what
Before
you were
that.
talking right before that.
Oof. Child, it's gone.
I know, but I just think it's good. And you can tell, I noticed you were sitting like this when you first started talking about 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start talking about that transition from having your identity be money to identity of who Tagon is, you were like this.
Mm.
Confidence was there and you truly believed it.
Oh, absolutely.
But it started with, oh, got it.
Oh,
Got it.
oh,
Okay.
it's back.
So, yep. You know, it's like that So Raven moment.
I had a vision.
Yep.
Her face expression is so ugly.
But it was. My sister used to watch that all the time.
Dude, it was gold.
Yeah, I know. We used to watch it. I didn't mind that. So what else was when you were? It's so important because you started talking. That's the difference of what I've seen between the word. You use the word rich, but I don't see that as being rich. I see that wealth. I find a difference between rich and wealth.
Come on, brother. We rich and wealthy. Handsome and wealthy. Like Migos said.
But look. So rich,
yeah,
in my opinion, is someone who has a bunch of money, but they don't know who they are and they don't know who they're rooted. They have all this cash flow coming through, but they're just lost. Wealth is you don't necessarily have money. You can have money, but you also can be wealthy without money. But you know who you are. You know where you're grounded. You know your vision. You know the direction you're going. And you're doing it. That's why I always tell people, I was like, I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. Wealthy, you have more to provide. You have more to give. Not just to you, but the people around you. That's also, it goes back to once you become wealthy, then you can start providing wealth to the generations following up behind you, or just things like that. Wealthy, rich. I don't like rich.
I just had a That's So Raven moment, like you said. Because I just thought about the Bible. Like, the Bible talks about the rich man will never enter into the kingdom of God.
Oh, does it?
It says it. And then it talks about how there's so many wealthy men in the Bible, and how God blessed them, and how everything around them was blessed based on their wealth. And the definition that you just gave us between rich and wealth, it kind of stems back to the Bible, like, and what God views rich and wealth and how he blesses that versus curses it. And I wouldn't say curse it because like God's not out here cursing anything.
Yeah.
But back then, the Old Testament, God was a little rough. God was not as love and light as we know him to be when Jesus came around. He kind of built the bridge, you know.
You got to start somewhere, you know.
You know? I mean, God was always good,
yeah.
But God was like, you sin, boop, you're done. Like, he was striking people. Like,
but that's where it kind of starts if you think about it, because as you live life, you become such a giver and you become so wealthy because of the hard times you went through. If you notice, the most genuine and the most giving people are the people who've gone through the most troubling times.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's us, you know, like we've gone through so much stuff, you know, like, and I see you as such a giver, you know, but not a giver to default, you know, because like we've talked about. You know.
No, I'm going to give because I genuinely want to give. I love giving to people.
Yeah, same.
I won't give to you when I don't feel like it's right, but when it's right, let me cook for you. I will do I will literally. Yeah.
I just try to follow my heart with it because I think, like, you know, I've given to default before. You know, I've had relationships where, you know, I was used, you know, and so like I think now it's just like in my heart, it's like, what's my heart telling me, you know, and like my heart is telling me to do this, and I know it's bigger than me, you know, it's what it's. I trust karma. Karma's my best friend, and you know, so anything I do, I know it's gonna come back to me.
Yeah.
And any good thing I do, I know it's gonna come back to me 10 times greater because God promised that. And I just I eat those promises up. And so giving for me is really not hard, you know, because I'm cashing in, you know, I'm investing, you know, and it's not for the return, but I know there is a return, you know, and I know that through giving, it also teaches, it teaches love, it teaches, you know, what humanity should be. Like I said, you know, on the Thanksgiving episode, I said I love this time of the year because Thanksgiving, it's like, you know, we get to hang out and come together as family and do the things and start to practice the gratitude. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for this.
Yeah.
And like we see the world do this, you know. But then Christmas, it's like this is the season where the world comes together and we give. We get things for each other and give. And like it's just a soft season, even though it can sometimes be a little crappy too, you know, because it's cold or just things. Life is life, you know, the leaves fall off the tree, people fall off your life. Like all these things happen in December a lot in the wintertime. But this is also around that season of giving, you know, and I love the season of giving. So yeah, being a giver is definitely something that it lives in me. I will always be a giver till the day I die. If I got 50 cents and someone needs, you know, a quarter, here you go, you know.
As long as you're giving with the right intention, that's what matters. It goes back to our previous podcast, one of our previous episodes when we were talking about listening from the heart and not your mind. Because if you try to give from your mind, you're going to give for the wrong reasons. But if you give from your heart, that's where the truly like beautiful of giving really settles with you. So but yeah.
Wow, that was good.
That was good.
That was good. I love that. Well, guys,
and we're right around the hour mark. So
right
that was
around
like
the hour
perfect. That was perfect timing too.
Perfect. Well, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. And honestly, at 9 episodes of our first season, we are 1 episode away from wrapping up. And, you know, this has just been such a blessing. It's been dedication. It's been a lot of vulnerability, a lot of personal reflection. And I'm just so grateful for that because I love sharing myself with others. And so for those that have been tuning in, those that have been really just enjoying this podcast and us two brothers having a conversation, talking with you guys, we just appreciate you for being a part of this and being a part of this community. As always, we always ask that, if there's any thoughts you have, questions, drop a comment. Let us know that you're listening. Let us know your favorite parts of the podcast that really resonate with you, and that helped you have a perspective change, So, that's all I got. We love you. And thank you for being a part of this community.
And just wrapping up just the year of, it's episode 9 of episode 10. We got one more episode until the season over. So if you're still watching, appreciate you sticking through us throughout the season, and just it's just season 1. We have a whole nother season coming through, and I just appreciate it's a bigger picture than just us two brothers sitting here talking, but it's about all of us here. That's whether you're in the room or if you're listening at home or wherever you're at, we're all here together. So we're going to get through life together. We're going to learn from each other, and that's really what the true important is. And even if if you want to communicate through commenting and stuff like that, but even then, just sharing, because just because it touches you, if you share it, somebody else might be touched. And that's really what we're here for, is feel saucy to get into a nice, little knit grit. But it's really about growing together as a community. And
exactly.
Just bringing more community together, and that's the vision that we have here. So share it. If it impacts you, why steal it from somebody else who can impact that doesn't know about it yet?
Oof. Did he just challenge y'all? I know that's right.
But it's true. That's why I like to share a lot of quotes and stuff like that I find, is because if it empowers me,
yes,
how do I know it's not going to empower someone else? Why am I going to be selfish and not share it with somebody else if it impacts me so much? And ultimately, I want to have a more healthier community. So that said, hope you guys had a Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. We started one more episode before Christmas, but hope you guys are getting some good time during this holiday season. And we're only a comment, a message away. So
period. Well, cheers, brother. We did that.
Cheers to you.
Later, guys.
Out.